we're talking about here, if we're talking about organizations ahead of a transaction, let's take that from the seller side for a minute, right? So security should be built in as part of the overall culture, not just we have a firewall and we do some testing or maybe some scanning on a regular basis. Especially in the startup world, there is an inordinate amount of leaning on SaaS applications, right? You're using Salesforce, you're using an online HR-based platforms. You're using ServiceNow. You're using something that's cloud-based. And the common mistake that organization make and all that think, well, that risk is transferred, it's on them now, and it is not. That risk has been transferred from within your organization to you as a cyber threat to a third-party risk threat. So part of that posture that you want to have is to make sure that you are closely examining your third-party risk. You've got the SOC 2 reports, for example, or you've done the due diligence on your connectivity and encryption and all the things, because at the end of the day, cloud computing is somebody else's computer. That's where your data lives. So it's still your data. So the risk has not specifically been transferred. Either way, you want to be able to quantify all that ahead of that transaction in such a way that when you come to the table, you look like you know what you're doing. You've done the proper diligence, and that becomes part of the line item for the risk onto the evaluation.
And can you talk a little bit more as to like mentioning maybe Leapfrog Services and how they kind of help?
Yeah, so when we're looking at the number of transactions and things like that that are going on, we see nearly 1 billion events a week. So I was looking at a report for Leapfrog internal for our security just this morning, looking at 252 million transaction attempts with our networks that were not good. All right, so the numbers are just absolutely staggering in that area. So I'm saying all that to say, unless your organization, unless your IT/security, your security operations center has that level of visibility, there's no way you can do this yourself and expect any level of success. At the end of the day, the adversary only needs to be right one time. We have to be right 1 billion times. And it is very, very difficult to keep and maintain the visibility that you need in the cyber, the rate and pace to keep up with the threat. Most oftentimes, the threat and the indicators of compromise and things that we're dealing with move significantly faster than the business can keep up with them. Meaning we see a transaction or something that's going on, and we need to get a contract to get something to go look at that, and it takes 2 weeks to get that contract done, even at best. Meanwhile, that threat has elevated from threat to actual exploit in a matter of minutes, if not hours. Right? So it's just really, really difficult to keep that level of visibility. And you have an organization like Leapfrog with a security operations center in place that is 24/7 that can protect you, right?